Hello, greetings. Alright, thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Alright, greetings. For connecting to alien vibrations. It's all, yeah, as you said previously, channelings is all on how you look at things. It's just breaking down the mindsets of the third dimension of looking at reality, basically. And over time, where these alien ideas will come through, basically you're connecting more to your higher self dimension, higher dimensional self, but also you're putting away all the human, at least the negative human stuff. So you can say we're slowly going into a new renaissance of ideas, basically. It's connecting more to other aliens, but it's also connecting basically to a higher version of yourself, basically, and recognizing the soul. These are things that are not mentioned in your, obviously, the normal reality, but where does your soul come from to begin with? According to, I guess, majority comes from nowhere. So something like that. The idea and connecting to the, just, it takes time. Everyone has their own way of adjusting. You kind of just go, yeah, you go with the flow of it. You're going to hear that word a lot. Just go with the flow. It's not always easy. I mean, this is not easy. You know, doing this, going against what the majority think, the majority mindset is not exactly an easy direction. So basically, it's kind of like burning off the old ideas of reality, and of course, you're going to get opposition, stuff like that. With all this, just slowly, from what I'm feeling from them, to heal alcoholism, because a lot don't feel anything, so they drink a lot to find comfort. Or you can say alcohol is the way to get you kind of drunk, and in some ways to connect to another dimension, basically. And just most of humanity has been programmed in the wrong ways, but according to the contract, it was actually the right way, but the real right way, well, at least the new way, is to rebuild humanity with ideas, of course. And yeah, it's like basically a new philosophy, but you are creating it on your own. Not necessarily going by anything I say, just doing it on your own, basically. How do you see the world? And this will open up more of the alien energies. It's like there's a way of cracking the code for alien visitation. We have to know more about ourselves. So basically, it's just it's all in your intentions. And some, obviously, many are not ready for it, but many are. And so you're just like, it's kind of like exploring yourself. You're opening up just fourth dimensional energies to come, or fifth dimension. So you just basically look at the world differently. You can see on previous uploads I've done here, looking at things. If I have another one I'm going to do tomorrow, I was going to do it today, but I ran out of time. Funny as though, I did that Jeff Bezos video. I had a dream. I know he was in my dream, and he was not too happy with what I said. Because I don't remember what it was, but I know he was a little bit aggravated at what I said. So it gives you kind of an idea how all this works. For those that are new to all this, let's put it that way. So yeah, it's just, well, he comes off as Mr. Perfect, and he's flawed as hell, and he's trying to hide his flaws, and he got a big, he made a lot of stupid decisions, so. I don't think he's part of the Illuminati. He works with the Illuminati, but I'll have a better example of that tomorrow. I'm not going to go into it today, not that it matters all that much, but let's see what else we're going to go. Oh yeah, Alan, what am I talking about today? So the new normal is basically how you look at things. Alan Watts, I was going to go into a little bit. He was in alcoholism and spirituality. You know, he's done a lot. I don't know a whole lot about Alan Watts. I don't follow pretty much anybody that much. Alan Watts basically just won't get depression, basically. A lot of no self-love there. He can help others, but he can't help himself. Let's put it that way. Well, channeling his energy. I don't know if I want to channel his energy. it's kind of all over the place, actually. So I'm technically doing it right here. Yeah, Alan Watts is. I mean, his heart's in the right place. Like I said, he can do anything for anybody but himself. So he's going through a lot of. He has internal demons. I do see a lifetime where he was a female. He got abused in another lifetime. And so there's parts of him he's not willing to look into, so he's not always aware of why he does what he does. So as for drinking, he's kind of blocked out lifetimes that he can face and heal, but he's choosing not to. So once again, he can help others, but not himself. So there's parts about himself he didn't want to see. I see female incarnations that, because when he connects to others, those glimpses of him as a female came through, and he's not willing to look at it and heal it. Yeah, those are weird lifetimes. Those are like, yeah, that's really, when you go, yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, those are especially when you find out you're a you know, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. You know, P&G, what is it called? P&G is going to go into bankruptcy. At least that's what I saw here. This is these guys are connected to the Rothschilds. This is basically that's the power company in California, and you know they said they had a lot to do with it, or they have some kind of connection with it. And now they're going to go. No, they're just doing that to boost their money that they're losing right now. They're finding other ways to fund themselves. They might get bought out, possibly too. So, you know, a lot of this is just a money ploy, basically, that they're doing. To, it's rich people know what they're doing. Let's put it that way. That's involved. Whoops. And then yeah, we'll just go here. For those who are new to all this, is I'mTor.com. We have price sessions throughout the week. Tomorrow's closed down. Tuesday is sort of closed down. Rest of the week should be pretty open. We have gift cards. We're going to have a channel. Do Bizarre. And we have a, what is Google Hangouts and something like that. Right here in about 8 days once again. I'm doing what I can to catch up. I sort of, well, I caught up, but not by much. And same situation here. We have the channels and healers I do recommend. We have the social networking. We have the Rabbit. Oh yeah, I have it. For those that, I'm not sure if anyone cares or not, but for the new version that's coming out, the new, this is like a draft, but it's close enough. Basically, we have CERN. You have Hillary Clinton going to CERN. She has a hair dryer. That's like a futuristic hair dryer, and so basically now she turned 2018 and 2000. Now it's 2018 and 1993 at the same time, and now Hillary Clinton made herself president. So it's her throwing everybody off, and everybody's freaking. And the news person here is freaking out. Trump disappeared, and now Hillary Clinton is now president. So you wonder how she became president in alternative reality. There you go. So yeah, so alright, well I'll just leave you with that. So there's more to it. There's more going on than that. So 2 years at once, so you can have 2 birthdays in the same year now, and you can have 2. So if you weren't born in 1993, well, you don't get 2 birthdays, you only get 1. That sucks. So yeah, that's a weird calendar. I'm working on the whole calendar situation. Oh, we'll get to that eventually. So yeah, so Hillary Clinton made herself. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's another part. I'll ask. There's another part of that. Oh, do that some other day. Maybe tomorrow if I remember. Okay. Yeah. So Alan Watts. I'll just leave it at that. There's, I think I said enough on that one. PNG, that's not doing so good. Yeah, there's a lot of Illuminati energies there, basically. Obviously. They might bankrupt the, yeah, like I say, bankrupt it, maybe get somebody else to take over or something like that, but doesn't make them look good. But there's a lot of Illuminati energies there. I'm not sure what they're doing right there. I don't want to get into that. There is a lot of it's blocked for a good reason. Possibly it'll come out of the government shutdown, but maybe. It's hard to say. Maybe this week, maybe. It's not looking good, but I think they're going to do. It feels like they're doing everything they can to get us out of this shutdown, so we'll see. Yeah, they're trying to. It's pretty bad. The Democrats are doing. They're not giving in to the Democrats. The Democrats can compromise, but they don't want to. So that's what's going on there. I mentioned that yesterday. All right, so connecting to alien vibrations, basically, for the new generation of looking at the world, is basically where we're heading. So it's all in how you perceive your reality. It's a slow digestion. It's just, not looking at the world as we used to see it. Worried about this, worried about that. It's just like internal philosophy. And many are not ready to let go of the third dimensional mind control, worried about this. Being a pimp is pretty prominent in the spiritual communities. Because there's alternative agendas going on there. Obviously there are some of the spiritual communities that are teachers that want to be seen as a god, be worshipped, all kind of nonsense. I don't have to mention names, but unfortunately. But yeah, we're basically tapping into the new vibrations. It's just tapping into yourself. Yeah, it's like how you look at the world. It's just basically we're letting go of the mind control of this reality. And so doing that, you will have more 5D energies, and then you have your aliens that will appear, or you'll connect more with them. The idea is to heal the mind. I always mention the mind, how I look at things all through the past, mentioned it 100 times. But it's not always the time is right. I mean, technically, they can flip a switch and we can see them right now. But most of the world is still, not doing that. Use their old ways, watching football and living going nowhere. Well, either way, those that want to evolve will continue to. Not to say they're better than anybody or anything like that. Anybody can do it. It's just when they're ready to. It just basically, because like last year, connected to, the Captain America base on Mars, and that sort of just, I feel like I opened something up with that. Ever since then, I feel like it's like cracking the code of alien visitation, allowing it to be here. They'll help us awaken. Let's put it that way. And so for us to tap into their vibrations is basically tapping into their mindset of our own mindset of higher dimensional thinking, Atlantean thinking. It's a gradual switch. So you wonder how, you're talking about the ascension. Some people say they're on the new earth, but you're still stuck in their old ways. It's like, not to say what the new ways, what the new ways are, but new ways is looking at things differently. But it's like you see you're on a new earth, but you're doing everything the same that you normally do. So it's like, is that really the new earth? I mean, it gets technically kind of, but I guess with different ways of looking at it. We're basically tapping into the higher dimensions, allowing more forward 5D energies to come through, and trusting yourself of the unknown. There's a lot of heavy Anunnaki energies around our financial system that's doing a lot of mind control. Around Washington, there's a lot of fear-mongering, mostly. They fear-monger a lot of the politicians. Some of the beings that cause a lot of doomsday scenarios within the politicians but also there's a lot of there's a lot of blackmail in Washington. Oh man, there's so much blackmail. I think Nancy Pelosi's been blackmailed actually several times actually, from what I feel. And of course, if you hear it be denied in public, but I think secretly there's been a lot of blackmail. I believe most of the Democrats have been blackmailed more than any Republican. Yeah, that's they haven't had a lot with Republicans, but the Democrats have had the most. They continue the agendas. Mostly of it was for Obama to keep him looking sparkling new. Too, just to give you, not to say Democrats are worse than it doesn't matter. It's a part of it's to keep the divide going. So we're in a major divide here. Many humans aren't ready for. Well, let me tell you, ascension energies are going to continue to come in. It also does come from our Gartha, basically letting go of the third dimension. Might visualize it, feel a new vibration around you, seeing like you're, with pointy ears possibly because of fairies and elf people. It's just part of their species. Having pointy ears is normal, basically. For us, we've been, that was cut off, so it make us a little bit unique in our own way. But this is basically the war version of this Earth, as you can see. You're experiencing it, the war planet version. There's also more positive versions of it, of other parallel realities. Agartha is another reality that's been assisting us from the very beginning. And we say we're diving back into the Agarthian energies to know more about ourselves. So obviously other versions of Earth know us, what's going on here, very well. You call this 4th dimension, 5th dimension. The aliens connect to those dimensions when they're connecting to us even more. So other versions of Earth are always involved with our ascension or descension or whatever it might be, and they connect to another version. We have a lot of us, not all of us, but most of us have another version on those worlds. I believe majority, but not everybody. And so that other version, a being can go to that other version of you and manipulate the one that's here, whatever it might be. Wonder why you wake up in a headache. Why does this happen? Why is that happening? Sometimes your other version gets affected by it. It also wants you to feel it, but it's also part of the awakening, meaning that another version of you is part of your awakening, for you to awaken. So a lot of this is going to start to come through little by little. Like your own alien contact is connected to other species, and other species is you, basically. So I've connected this here and there, but it's been blocked forever, so I guess they're allowing more of it to come through. It's like as we ascend more, we'll see other versions of Earth, see the more positive versions, because we're adapting their ways now. We're allowed to adapt their ways. Before we weren't allowed to. For various reasons, contracts is not ready for it, blah, 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 whatever it might be. So obviously in their versions of Earth there's more alien contact there. It's a normal everyday occurrence, and here it's happening but we're not seeing it because of Dark Cabal, etc. The Dark Cabal, we'll just call it the Illuminati. They have their own timeline, obviously their own dimensional timeline where they exist, and they influence those of weaker energies such as senators and mostly politicians. Politicians are kind of like our puppet masters in a lot of ways. Basically politicians are used to manipulate humanity. So the manipulators use the politicians basically to broadcast manipulations for them. So it's something to think about. Not all of them have a negative tendency, but most of them do, not all of them. And so you can say politics is a puppet master of our reality. So to give you a little bit of understanding, it's just that's as we awaken, some people are not going to want to hear it, but it's like something's got to give, right? So you want to take apart this reality, you have to. And the structures, our buildings have a lot to do with our manipulation too. Not all of them, but the tall buildings like skyscrapers there's a reason why they are in the shape that they're in, why they're the tallest manipulation energies. Is it the tallest building, or is it the strong, or is it just another form of manipulation? I believe it's mostly a manipulation. There's positive there, but there's also negative there to keep us shut down. As we awaken, we're going to definitely change the structure of our buildings. So when you have a house and you just feel more high vibrational frequency from it. So eventually our Earth's going to go through a terraforming. This is way in the future, obviously, but when you already see it, kind of like you always see new materials being brought in for building houses and stuff like that. But over in the future, we're going to change the way we live. It's going to be a while for that, but you can basically heal the environment now. We'll learn how to do that eventually. That's what crystals are used for. Candles are used for that. There's different remedies to heal your third-dimensional home. Until we have enough product or know how to have a fourth-dimensional home. Think about it. I mean, we're already doing the different electricity, to get different. I can't think of it. My brain's been shot all day. Doesn't matter. Solar panel situation. Shows you another version. See, well, is the solar panel the answer? Probably not, but for right now, it's alright, I guess. And is the electric car any better? Yeah, in some ways, but that's going to be changed down the road too. Everything is going to I mean, you can say electric cars are kind of like an alien. I mean, all technology is an alien technology. But electric cars, like a show, we're going to evolve to a new technology over time. You see, an electric car here is like, what the fuck? It's like, I mean, that's part of the alien awakening too. It's being humanized somewhat faster, but we got to take a snail's pace for all this, because we're just, there's so much darkness on this world. You don't just heal it overnight. A lot of people have a lot of violence in themselves, and you need to get it out of themselves. As you can see, just pick up your local newspaper or whatever it is. We're very connected to lower astral, so healing that contract is going to be some time. But as more people awaken, basically change the way of looking at the world, and just wanting to ascend, change. Like letting the ego heal the ego. Sometimes the ego can block it, sometimes it can help. Most it's blocked. Basically, the negative ego is like, hey, look at me, I'm going, I channel aliens, look at me, I'm so special, everybody worship me. See, that's not good. For example. But if you just wanted to ascend, you want to help others to ascend, have a positive intention that we're all the same. No one's better than anybody. Then you feel yourself awaken. You feel that pulse from you come out. So this is the ascension. Channeling is good. It has its purpose for sure. But basically, we're like sending out pull, and being in this reality is, as you know, is a pain in the ass, because most are stuck in you can say the caveman reality, and it's we're still trying to figure out this fourth dimensional thinking. But the last thing is there to judge anybody. It's mostly heal the third dimension, not worry so much, heal. Just as you evolve, you just feel more of the healing factors that everyone has a healing vibration around them. I mean, just look at the words that you're saying. Those are healing. Can be healing words. Can also be very vicious words. Your words are part of your healing factor. So it's basically healing the third dimension as it needs to be. But understanding all this is just going to take time. Fourth dimensional thinking is basically just knowing more about yourself, but it's not to be too impatient, but to know that you are going into a new timeline of evolution. Your timeline connects to other people's timelines to heal their lives. It's just like a multiple. And so if you have a major ego, it's hard to heal others. You can't heal yourself. It's like, look at me, I'm so special, but you kind of like, you're not really going anywhere. But if you want others to ascend with you, and you want to share your energy of wealth, your vibration of wealth, it will move into other people's timelines. You wonder why I met this person, why I met that person. Oh, because I attracted them. So this is how law of attraction increases too. It's because you're just connecting to a more it takes time. It's not something that's going to happen instantly. But you'll see law of attraction become stronger on things that you need, not things that you want. Because things that you want are sometimes programmed, like if it's material possessions. I mean, if it's going to help you grow, it's different. But if you just want a diamond ring or a super sports car just for the hell of it, you know, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. That doesn't mean you can't manifest it, but is it something that you really need to evolve? So things that will help you evolve, like if it's with for a certain talent, like if you need a piano because you're a musician, etc., that's a little bit different. But if something just you just want, doesn't mean you can't manifest it. It's just manifesting what you need is a lot easier. Let's put it that way. Especially if it helps others, helps yourself. It's just it's a slow, gradual pull. It's just I feel the frustration of connecting to this because I feel the vibration of the. I mean, I can't be a one in this. Those of your main human. The way most people think. They hear about this and they just lose their minds because they're not ready to let go of the mindset. And it's like basically this energy is going against everything that they're like. The paranoia is going against paranoia, fear, all this fourth dimension. It's basically fourth and 5 dimensional thinking. You can call it 6, 7, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's just basically it's like not worrying about the stock market. You're basically healing the stock market. Instead of, this is the alien way of doing things. So Atlantean knowledge and Lemurian knowledge is already with us. It's just we're not always allowed to unlock it, so we're slowly evolving. And the reason why these things don't happen sooner is most of the population is it is where it is. Once again, many are not ready to evolve, and how that's going to work. Yeah, because we have a lot of channel messages about this, of those that don't evolve, where they're going to go. Well, we'll find out, I guess. Well, as you connect, don't worry about that. Just work on yourself and healing. If people reject your healing, it's no big deal, because that healing is going to become part of your life, basically. Because you want to heal paranoia, worry, all these third-dimensional phobias, and connect to higher. Obviously, we're not always here to see everything, but more of the picture of our reality is going to become more clear, and connecting to future timelines will become easier. Probably throughout this year, probably to the end of this year, some would become. I'm going to call it. I don't know why I'm hearing North Atlanteans, but here, give me the word North Atlanteans. I don't know where that's coming from, but. I guess you have North and South Atlanteans. Never thought about that. Well, you're connecting more to your source energy, let's put it that way. Your Atlantean knowledge, everyone has Atlantean knowledge. Even if you weren't Atlantean in the past, you can still connect to the vibrations of it because it's part of the core of this earth. And manifesting will definitely come quicker over time. So basically, it's just not to be hoaxed by the hoaxsters. Anunnaki plays a big role. It's not the only one. There's several others. Felines, they're not showing themselves right now. One moment. It's like putting a new pattern into our reality. It's a new timelines, basically. As you awaken, as you're ready to awaken, and it also has to do. They see the timing. All spirit beings see the timeline so clearly, and it's very frustrating for us because we don't see anything. It's like you're going down a road and it's all fog. You don't really see the future. You just know you need to go straight. That's life. For them, they see all the roads. They see it from a distance. They see it from above, whatever it might be. They see it all where we're heading, and we have no idea. So. Yeah, it's kind of like a fog. I mean, just know everything will be fine, or whatever it might be. A lot of accidents that happen on the roads are to bring people together. Sometimes, not always, or put you in a new timeline. Everything happens for obviously our reason, but the humanity basically is leaving the third dimension slowly. The third dimensional mindset, you can say, of the controlling ideas. As we awaken more, just see, basically ideas are like files, like you have in a computer. They're just belief systems that are full of negativity, but it's like, how do you deal with these belief systems? So people wonder why they experience what they experience. You experience it to see what you will do with it. What do you do with fear? What do you do with anger? What will you do with all these things that are troubling you? It's all on how you manage it. Now, not to be perfect. It's just what will you do? Because some do go violent, some become more positive, some disconnect more with God. Everyone has a different way, so you are choosing your direction as you go. So all this negative energy that you get hit with is a challenge, a test. And when you solve that, it's because we're here. Yeah, we're basically. Alright, but this is what they're saying. Basically, Anunnaki took over this planet and caused a lot of rift in our reality. Basically, they like tore up our existence. So we're kind of like in a maze. We're not really going anywhere. It feels that way, right? But there are beings controlling our way of life. Spirit beings with other beings. Basically, as you awaken, you'll just see it's like choose your own adventure, and eventually it's kind of like they give you this clue, that clue to awaken, or they do this and that. Basically, if you want to awaken, you will. Let's put it that way. Not to say I'm fully awakened, but the more that you're afraid of all this, that's fine. There's no right or wrong, but the more of you're curious, the more that will help you awaken even further. So basically, one day you might see an alien being right in front of you, but you already feel their vibration. So you just say, "Oh, there you are." I think I mentioned that here and there. That's why I'm getting the vibe from them. Obviously, they all know what's going on. They're on the joke, and we're just playing. We're just fools here, basically, right? So the more intentions you want to awaken yourself, also awaken others, but you want to solve this. You want to solve the. What is it? Words aren't coming. I've been hit a lot today with a lot of stuff. It's been a kind of a thick weekend of energies. Solve the riddle of life, of existence. What's going on? Who's here? It's like the more you want to know, they will give you clues on awakening yourself. So is there alien beings are going to really, I'm not sure if they're going to show in the physical how that's going to work, but basically your more intention, it tells you how off I've been today. Jeez. Your abilities will just become more on here and there. I realize you're connecting to stuff that's bizarre. You're connecting, I would say outside of this dimensional thinking, so it's not always the easiest. They don't always want you to. Sometimes you go a bit further than you're supposed to, and you get sick. Done that before. Because you want to know a little bit too much knowledge. I don't think most of the people are protected from that. There's extreme cases for that. But basically, just be curious with your intuitions on solving your reality. Basically, you will eventually find it. Not to be real pressured that you need to open up the earth today, but just give yourself time to break out of this, because there is a way out. Let's see here. They basically give us basically. Let's see here. Mexico, the wall that's in Mexico, it's all a diversion basically for those in the third dimension to give them something to be angry about for soul growth. Many are not really ready to awaken, because this is part of the awakening too in some regard, but some are having a lot of difficulties finding that. Many are set in their old ways. So basically, a lot of this negative stuff happens here too. It's like, when's your breaking point to awaken to the bigger picture? Basically, to open up the matrix. So everyone has the capability, but it does take time. But we're closer than we have been in the past to understand the matrix energies here. Once again, we do it individually. But basically, it's like solving the riddle of life, you can say, to open up more of higher dimensional energies, basically connect to our aliens. It can happen, I believe. A lot of people are not ready for this. It's like, as soon as they see this and turn it off, it's like, yeah, you're not ready for this. But I know I'm ready. I'm just born ready. I'm not alone with that. So yeah, it's great. It's healing the matrix to go into higher dimensional thinking, basically. So things take time. If you want to be there, you will solve the riddle of this reality. This is the year for it, it feels like. So is it going to bring alien contact here on the physical? Yes and no. Individually, it's going to get stronger. It's all timing. I always feel that we're not always ready, but that's not always going to last. Basically, it's thinning out. Let's see here. Yeah, but there is a way of breaking through the third dimension for more of alien visitation here. Now, for alien, they're waiting for the right time for it, right place, right time. They're kind of waiting to see what we do too. That's another thing why they're putting this stuff out there through me and probably through others. They want to see how people react to this stuff. So it's like, if more people just all it is curiosity, basically. If you're just curious, you put positive energies, not worry about being attacked. Other people are going to get attacked because that's just where they're going to be. I'm not worried about I get attacked, but I don't feel like I'm going to get possessed or anything. So people are, you put fear out there. It's not good to put fear out there, and just keep going forward, basically. Solving the Illuminati timetable of ascension. Illuminati matrix can be figured out. It's just how much do you want to know? And to know this is basically, our government is not our government, obviously. There is a shadow government that's been watching us forever, and they actually, they do have bets on us, who is going to ascend, who's not. They do, but not in a negative way. It's just bets of, they're watching the show. So seeing what we do. So most of humanity is laughing and having a good old time, but eventually they'll, I don't know, things are going to start changing. It's not to badmouth those that aren't aware of all this, but because, the idea is to help humanity find itself. It's the adventure of, first off, awakening yourself to what's going on, and then helping others in your direction too. So, it's the adventure of that. So, so what does this all mean? Where is this all going? Basically, for those that are awakening, this is all going to be weird, but it's like you do keywords. Like you say a key word, and it's recognized, it's picked up by other, say, Illuminati beings on the positive. Of course, there are negative ones watching too, but the negative ones are just making it harder for you. But the positive ones are assisting. So it's like I said, it's like we are in a game, basically. It's on how I look at it. But you can solve the riddle of reality. It just takes time. So that's what I get. So just take it day by day. I feel like I'm getting closer to it, whatever the hell it is. So why I'm going through all this is like, when I went through the process of channeling, like finding it, this is kind of the same thing. I sort of just followed the breadcrumbs and eventually I found it. This is kind of the same. This is more bizarre though. This is more like, this is like connected to more physical alien beings. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? So that's the thing about this. Is weird. I mean channeling is weird too, but this is like more bizarre. So it's like a riddle of reality. I'm allowed to put this out there, so most people aren't going to pick up on it. Most people think we're nuts. They're not. Yeah, who would want to be ready for this? But it's like a riddle to an awakening. I'll just see if they give me more information. It's going to be a slow burn. I was not expecting this actually. It's exciting, but it's also, once again, all this is the opposite of how humanity thinks. It's like you're taking everything away humanity looks at the world, and you're flipping it. You're flipping it over. You're taking worry and make it no worry. You're taking all the fears and phobias. You're flipping around where you have no fears or phobias. Obviously, you're going to have a little bit here and there. That's normal. But you're not having it all to the extent as most of humanity is. So you're taking reality and kind of flipping it upside down. And then what I did receive today, sometime today, it was like, I think it was today. It's like when you start awakening, like when you start feeling beings around and you start seeing this stuff, it's like, why didn't I see this before? That's what I get from that. But not to say I'm at that point yet, but we are heading into that direction. Of basically, it's healing this timeline, and eventually others will feel it. So it just feels like we're going into a phase of not worry, and there's more to it than that. So this whole situation with war and all of that, obviously the dark side, like with Iran, it's all just a big joke in the long run. It's like, we're going to keep screwing with it. Yeah, we'll take lives, we don't care. We're going to beat the shit out of you with negativity until you guys don't fall for any of that. Don't fall for all the fears, the war. You don't fall for any of this stuff they're throwing at you. And that's how you win, basically. And it takes time. It's more to it than that, but that's part of it. There's a lot more to it than that. Jeez. Yeah, because you're not always meant to do that, but it's weird. So if you wonder how the awakening works, that's how the version of it works. There's a lot more to it than that. But it's basically taking all the crap of reality and just throwing it out. And you might already see this, but you can't always allow it to do it. It's like, it's a lot of different reasons, obviously. Yeah, there's a lot of Anunnaki. It feels like, it's not just Anunnaki, but it feels like when the major players of Anunnaki, their assist was shutting us down, but they're also here to waken us up. So it's like when you hit a certain level, it's like you pass a test. They give you assistance to move up. It's like a game. It's like a game from hell, but we put ourselves into this, ages ago, and now we're here to come out. And more, I feel their excitement of us awakening. It's just all depends on your intentions. Once again, if you're super ego about yourself, it's like, I'm going to be a god, I'm going to be better than everybody. That's where you go to a false area. It's not good. But if you want others to open up, you want to open up. You want others to learn from you too. Then you pass a test. That's what I'm getting from it. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass. That's what. Yeah. So it's a game. It's a lot more to it than that. But it'd be interesting to see where this year goes. I don't know. There's only so much they can give you. So it gives you a little bit of a glimpse of where we're heading. And I didn't connect to any of this today, but I did feel the backlash from the modern mindset of reality. So let's see here. The aliens they can't always cross the line. They can only go so far with assisting because they are watching those that you allow to watch. But they can only give you certain messages at certain times, and once again, it's like a combination to awaken the third dimension. This is the year to do it. This is the year of unlocking the third dimension, basically. So it's been a build up, we're just getting used to it, and now we can start to live it slowly. Doesn't mean alien beings are going to start popping up physically, but your knowledge of them will start to come through a little bit more clearly in time. But healing the negativity in this reality is a big thing. Self-doubt, all that, so much shit here, jeez, obviously. But it's like they took all the garbage from the universe and threw it on this world, basically, for the most part. So we're here to. So as you're awakening, you're sending an impulse of positive energies. I mean, you're not gonna be perfect. No one's perfect. But yeah, because you're just, once again, the more that you're out for other, you don't have to go save the world or anything like that. But just if you want others to heal too, you're telling your intentions. It will help in the long run. Let's put it that way. So, all right, we deal with that. I know that was a little bit bizarre, but that's what we're here for, right? Weirdness, right? So, I wasn't really expecting any of that either. Kind of. I didn't really give me a full indication of it, but this is. Let's see what I get this in astral. See if I get anything to add to it. But basically, it's unlocking the third dimension. That's what this is all about. So, all right. Much love, everyone. Take care, and more weird tomorrow. Take care.